So I'm Jeffrey Erbach. I lead product and partnerships for the City of San Antonio's emerging technology team. My work sits at the intersection of innovation and community impact, and I focus on building the partnerships and developing the products that help our city leverage emerging technology, ultimately to better serve our residents. I'm also excited to be a part of the planning committee for this summit and to welcome people to our beautiful city.
Excellent. I think that one of the things that sets this conference apart is that San Antonio is the leader in the country in smart cities initiatives.
Absolutely. Partnership is really in our DNA here in San Antonio. We take a people first and community approach into our work, and we look to prioritize community challenges and needs, match those with the needs of our organization, bring forward emerging technology that can help ultimately better serve our residents, and position departments and the enterprise of the city of San Antonio as a whole in a way that can accelerate the scaling and deployment of emerging tech so that we can be on the forefront of innovation for our community.
Absolutely. And I think you're featuring that partnership is in your DNA, and that's probably one of the reasons that you're pushing forward so quickly and making so many great strides in your smart cities initiatives. And so I wonder if you could tell us a little bit about how there's an importance to bring IT leadership together for this event. How does it align with those priorities?
Yeah, just backing up, we're really proud to be hosting this inaugural Regional Emerging Tech Summit, and understanding it's the first convening of its kind for our region. And it's open not just to San Antonio, but to partners across the state. And I think that the scale of what's happening here makes the moment particularly compelling, makes the area particularly compelling. As you mentioned, appreciate the kind words of what we're doing at a regional level. But I think the importance of this region should be really highlighted. It was just recently announced that San Antonio is now the 6th largest city in the country, surpassing Philadelphia. The San Antonio-Austin corridor itself has over 5 million people today. It's projected to grow to nearly 9 million people by 2050, which makes it arguably the most attractive growth area in the US over the next decade. And then if we look to our south and talk about the South Texas Triangle, that's an emerging mega region when we bring in the Rio Grande Valley, talking about northern Mexico, and seeing San Antonio as really the gateway for trade with Latin America. So the fact that this summit's bringing together CIOs, county leaders, universities, regional partners, and importantly, the private sector as well, to explore how emerging tech can be responsibly implemented that help improve outcomes, not just for our community, but across the region, is critical. The growth is coming. We already know that. And what we're excited about this summit is making sure that we're ready for it and that we can lead together.
Well, thank you for that. And I think you would highlight a really important point, that it's regional, and that the region is really expanding, and that's exciting and leads to a lot more opportunity. So if you were speaking to any of our private sector potential partners about the importance or why we'd like them to be there, what would you highlight?
Yeah, for private sector partners, I love saying this: if your company is serious about solving big problems and solutions that work in the real world, there's no better proving ground than right here in San Antonio. We're a region that is defined and has been historically by extraordinary challenges, as well as the extraordinary will to solve those challenges collectively and together. We have high rates of poverty, flooding issues, health disparities that have been persistent and complex challenges, and they really demand not just the private sector, not just vendors, but innovative partners, folks that are willing to roll up their sleeves and solve challenges together alongside us. And so I view sponsorship of this event as not just buying a logo, per se on a banner, but actually joining our ecosystem, getting access to the decision makers, the community leaders, the folks that are helping to shape our region. And if you want to do meaningful work that scales, I strongly believe that these type of forums is where that work starts.
Mhm. I also think it's pretty exciting that we're holding it right in downtown San Antonio on the Riverwalk on a more personal level. Is there anything you'd like to say about San Antonio or that area? I know you're really proud of your town.
Well, I am biased. We have a beautiful city. I think I'm personally tired of hearing about people talk about San Antonio as an underrated place to be.
Uh-huh.
There is so much development happening. We've been one of the fastest growing cities in the country year over the past few years. And you're really starting to see the incredible bones and foundation that's been laid in San Antonio, just continuing to be built on and prioritized for communities. So there's great public spaces. From the Pearl all the way down to downtown, there's incredible food and drinks. We are one of the culinary capitals of the US. And if you like a good margarita, there's no better place to find one than this city, for sure. So I'm excited. We're home to the only UNESCO World Heritage Site in the state of Texas.
Oh, wow.
In the Missions. We have great trails. So highly encourage folks not just to come attend the conference, but to get out and explore our beautiful city and region.
I'm really excited to come out there. And for anybody who's watching, this conference is happening on June 25th. And we would really like to welcome everyone in the public sector in the region to join us for these very important conversations. I know we still have to plan all the content, and that's going to be really interesting to collect all the opinions of the advisory board and find out exactly how we want to shape this content. But in general, what would you like to have people take away from this conference? What would you like to give for us to give them?
Sure. It's a great question, Monique. And as you mentioned, the tracks are still being finalized,
Yes,
but I
for
think
sure.
you can expect conversations around AI and government. It's top of mind for governments around the country, around the world, around workforce development,
Mhm.
innovative partnership models, because to solve these large challenges that all of our communities are facing, we need to create the partnerships to set us up for that success. Around sustainable funding, to stand up these initiatives over time. Cybersecurity is critical and only will be more so in this age of AI. Community engagement, public communication, economic development, those are all areas that I would imagine we can expect conversations around. And in terms of key takeaways for attendees, I hope every attendee leaves with three things. One, I hope that they have a clearer sense of what's possible when a region leads with collaboration.
Mhm.
Two, I would love for everybody to make at least one new connection that can turn into a real partnership. And finally, just the confidence that we together are building something that puts our community first. So those would be my key takeaways I hope attendees can get out of this.
That's wonderful. I think that's golden, and we will do our level best to build content and also curated networking experiences so that people can walk away with new connections and feeling stronger than when they came. I really appreciate your enthusiasm and your willingness to come on and let me ask you a few questions so that we can help get the word out about this new exciting event. In closing, is there anything else that you would like to share, either about your city, the event at large, or anything at all before we end?
I would just say that AI and emerging tech are reshaping the public sector faster than governments are able to keep up. I think this time is a really critical inflection point for governments across the country. And our region, and really any region around the country, cannot afford to tackle these issues in silos.
Mhm.
And honestly, we're not waiting, and neither can we afford to be reactive in this moment. So what I've seen firsthand through the Smart SA partnership, which is our regional innovation partnership here in San Antonio, is that when our organizations commit to working together, really incredible things can happen. We've grown from 9 to 19 member organizations. We've established key working groups and shared projects. And we've built something that's genuinely rare, which is an interlocal data sharing agreement between our 10 largest public agencies in the region. So being able to leverage that data sharing agreement to improve outcomes is really critical. So that kind of structural collaboration is the foundation that this summit is built on, and that we would like to see continue to grow through this event. And I think it speaks to proof that our region's really serious about capturing the future, and that this event is how we can help to scale the momentum that's already been built here.
Absolutely. We will keep the momentum going.